With the raids this weekend on the aides of Akhilesh Yadav of the Samajwadi Party, the BJP's main rival in poll-bound Uttar Pradesh, the use or misuse of central agencies to target the Modi government's critics has once again come into sharp focus. Allegations mounting that the sheer scale and sweep of the actions is not anti-corruption but a witch hunt to settle scores or neutralize the opposition. The government's defense is not new, that this is not vendetta. Agencies act independently based on credible inputs. Let the law take its own course is the standard defense. Now, in theory, the government is not wrong. The use or misuse of central agencies has a long history in Indian politics. Equally, it goes without saying that the law should take its course. It can be no one's case that our political class or indeed anyone else is above scrutiny simply because they have opposing views. Credible evidence of corruption or financial wrongdoing must be probed and the guilty should be punished. But is it business as usual under the Modi government? Or is there some basis to the argument that the misuse has dramatically spiked in the past 7 years? To put this to test, my colleague Mariam, who joins me on the show tonight, attempted to create a catalogue of all the actions against opposition leaders and government critics since 2014 by central agencies. And you can already see some of the flashes on the screen indicating to you that that's seen a massive surge, close to 570 cases in just the past 7 years. But before we get into the more detailed description of what we found, Mariam, let's just start with understanding and telling our viewers how exactly did we count all these cases and all these numbers?
So, Vasu, this first of its kind catalogue is the culmination of an almost 3-month-long exercise. We painstakingly went through reports in the public domain, scanning them month by month to compile our database. We looked at any and all coercive actions like registering of cases, questioning, raids, filing of charge sheets, and even arrests, etc., by law enforcement agencies and investigating agencies under the central government like the CBI, the ED, the Income Tax Department, the Delhi Police, and even the centrally run the Jammu and Kashmir administration. And the results are staggering. But before we get into the results, I think we must underline that despite our best efforts, this is not an exhaustive list. And it is also not a commentary on the merits of any of these cases against those targeted. It is simply an attempt to quantify what has been shared anecdotally before. Are central agencies being used or misused to target different forms of opposition? Okay. So now what did we find?
Yes.
Since May 2014, when the Modi government first came into power, 570 government critics have faced some sort of coercive action. Of the 570, close to 400 or 70% are BJP's political rivals, their family members or their aides and associates. This is a massive increase compared to similar action under the UPA 2 government. This is a jump of 340% compared to similar action under the UPA 2 government. And it's not just politicians and their relatives that are there on the list. We have media who are seen as independent or critical of the government being targeted, like the recently Dainik Bhaskar and Bharat Samachar, who had covered the devastation of the second wave quite extensively. Activists like Sudha Bharadwaj and others in the Bhima Koregaon case. Critics like Tapsi Pannu, Anurag Kashyap also on the list. And even bureaucrats who have questioned the government were also targeted. Let's not forget the tax cases against Election Commissioner Ashok Lavasa's family members after he had disagreed with the clean chits given to Modi and Shah during the 2019 elections.
Okay, so it's not just it's politicians, it's bureaucrats, it's journalists, a wide sweep. Also, Mariam, you looked at 570, by the way, that's a huge number, 340% jump compared to the UPA 2. But you also looked at the number of cases that the BJP government has filed against its rivals versus how many cases or action was taken against those who are, in a sense, within the BJP rank.
Exactly, Vasu, and that is what is even more troubling, because the Modi government does not seem to be showing the same kind of fervor when going against their own. If we can pull up those graphics on screen, we can see that right now. Action against BJP's rivals, we have 570 individuals or organizations. And on the other side, action against BJP's own members and their allies is a measly 39. And so essentially, almost 15 of the opposition are targeted for every one of their own.
Right. So that's a big shift. You also looked at just 570 when it comes to rivals and just 39 when it comes to quote unquote the home team. And you also compared this to similar actions, because obviously all governments do this, similar actions taken under the UPA too.
Exactly, like you said, all governments do this, and this is not new, but the scale at which it is being done, that is what is staggering here. Under the Modi government, since May 2014, we saw 570 government critics face some sort of action. That is an average of about 75 a year. Under UPA 2, between 2009 and 2014, there were action against 85 such critics. That's an average of about 17 a year, Vasu, and that's a jump of 340%.
Okay, that's a very important number to remember, that again, it's not as if government critics and rivals haven't been raided or targeted in the past by governments, but it's the huge surge which is of note and which is concerning, 340%.